Alright, so as you can see by the title of this video, there's something in our society that I think needs to change. And I experienced something a little while back, and I'm going to go into detail about it, that really affected me deeply. And before I talk about that story, or tell you the story, I will highlight what this problem is, in my opinion, in kind of a very brief way, and then I'll probably go a little bit more in depth about it. So what is that problem that I think needs to change in our society? Basically, there's a problem wherein I think our society, people that you could say are a part of the traditional society, normal people, and that's quote unquote, basically viewing other people who are different as less. Or you could say people that are different from the norm, or that are different than what we consider to be normal or traditional, are considered to be less, basically. And specifically, what I mean by that is people that maybe have disorder, conditions, disease, disability, whatever it may be. And I'm going to just tell you that story now real quick, because I will easily be able to highlight some of these things, and then I can maybe go into a little bit more detail. But before I do tell the story, I want to mention that, look, some people, they're not bad people. You know what I mean? If you genuinely just are so inexperienced with being around someone that is different, or has a disability or a condition, disease, disorder, whatever, and you just don't know how to respond to it, you don't know how to react to it, look, I'm not going to say you're a bad person for that. Of course not. That's not fair. Because it does take I guess you could say, a certain level of awareness to be able to understand something. So if you meet somebody, and it's the first time you've ever met somebody that has like a disability or whatever, and you don't know how to respond to it, you're not a bad person. Someone comes in here, or comes into the place you're at, or you see somebody out, whatever, and they're in a wheelchair, or maybe they can't communicate very well verbally, or maybe they don't communicate verbally at all. They don't have the ability to articulate their thoughts into speech, or maybe they don't they're not able to do certain physical things, or whatever it may be, and you don't know how to respond to it. You're not a bad person for that, but that, I think, is also part of the problem, is that there is not proper exposure to these things and education on it in our normal, traditional, day-to-day lives for the traditional people that live in society. But anyways, the story that I want to tell that really affected me deeply is, so let's just start from the very beginning. I was just going over to my friend's house, to watch movies. We were going to watch Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, because I got him, for his birthday, I got him the original Star Wars trilogy, the original theatrical versions of the original Star Wars trilogy. And why don't I'll go grab those, actually. I'll show them. The ones that I got. Man, this is such a mess. So these are my versions that I have of the original Star Wars trilogy. The theatrical versions, whatever. They're sweet. They're awesome. Love them. He's got his own, obviously. These are just mine. And obviously these are not normal releases. You can't buy these normally. They never were created officially or whatever by Disney or whatever. But you have to buy them. You have to buy them from third-party sellers. It's a long story. You can look it up and figure out. But anyways, so I got those for his birthday, because he obviously can't purchase them normally, and they're very tough to find. So I got those for his birthday. Just I thought it'd be cool. He'd like them. He likes Star Wars a lot. So anyways, I was going to his house to watch Episode 5 with him. And I wanted to go hang out with him because he's my friend, and I was excited to go do it, and I wanted to, and I instigated it too. I asked him if he would want to do it, and he did. And I went over there, and he has this friend of mine, because I'm not going to mention this when I talk about him, when I first, tell people about him. I'm not going to mention his disability, but he does have a disability, and he has 24/7 round care from nurses, And I remember the nurse who was working on duty, she said to me a little while after I got there, I'm not sure exactly when. Either way, she said to me, obviously I think it was kind of away from him, so he didn't hear it. She said to me in a tone that was almost like, I'll just tell you how she said it. She basically was like, "Oh, thank you so much for doing this." And that really affected me deeply. It made me feel really, really bad, because that highlights what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Where people that are viewed as different, or I guess actually they are different, they're viewed as like less or something. Like the way she said it is like this tone that was like I was performing some sort of charitable act because I came over here to see these movies or watch some movies with my friend. Because maybe he, is a little bit different or whatever, that I'm performing some sort of charity service. And first off, I want to say that she is a really good person, this nurse, and she didn't mean it in that way. She's a great person. I have no ill will towards her at all, and I wasn't mad at her at all either, because I don't really know if she understood the context of it. She may not have realized that I wanted to genuinely do this and that I actually instigated it to happen. You know what I mean? She probably thinks or thought that maybe my mother asked me to do this for, my friend or for the guy I was going to see. That maybe is what she thought. It's possible. Because, again, it's not normal that somebody wants to come over and hang out with somebody that maybe has a condition, disability, or is different, right? That's normal in our society, that you shouldn't want to go to someone's house who's different or whatever. That's like a normal thing, right? That's why it made me upset, because it kind of highlights what I'm talking about, the problem with our society right now, or a large problem in our society. You see what I'm saying? That's why I got upset about it, and I was thinking about it. And it really made me upset because, look, man, I don't look at him like that. I don't look at nobody like that. If they have a disability or they're different anyway, I don't look at them like they're different, or I don't look at them for their difference. He's my friend. The same way I look at my other friends. Whatever. Like, I wanted to go over there to spend time with my friend. That's how I looked at it. I was going over there to spend time with my boy. Hang out, watch a movie, have snacks, whatever. And we did. It was great. It was fun. That's all I was doing. I didn't look at it like I'm performing some sort of charity service because I'm going over to see someone who, is different than me. No. I wanted to do it, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it. And I think he did too. But it really just highlighted how bad it is right now. Like, how much work we have to do to get to a better point in the society. Because that's how it is, you know what I mean? And some of those people, they're viewed as, they're some sort of, you have to perform charity service to them, or like spending time with them is performing a charity act. It's like, what are you talking about? That's just the most disgusting thing to me. You're looking at them like there's some sort of, not circus act, but you're looking at them like there's some sort of burden that you gotta give up your time for. It's like, no, I want to go spend time with him because he's my friend. And same thing with other people out there. I want to go spend my time with them and be friends with them too. And what do I mean by that? I'll elaborate, because what I want to do with my life, a very large part of my life anyways, I want it to be a very large part of my life, is a quick rundown. I want to start a YouTube channel that I want to then turn into a nonprofit movement, or just like a charity movement, nonprofit organization. And the name of this channel is going to be World of Smiles. And now you might be asking, why is that the name? Because I believe in a world where everyone's accepted, wanted, and I believe the most profoundly powerful thing that a human being can feel, a world where everyone gets to feel needed. That's a special one. Also, I believe in a world where everyone gets to smile, a world packed full to the brim with smiles. And also, I guess I'll add these other last two, because I always kind of like to put all this together. A world where nobody has to be ashamed of who they are, nor do they have to be ashamed to be who they are. And those are two different things. And yeah, that name just kind of came to me. I couldn't think of any type of name for this idea, and then it became World of Smiles, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, it just came to me. I'm like, that's beautiful. I love it. Oh, that's perfect. Anyway, so what it's going to entail, though, this movement, this YouTube channel and all that, I want to film video interviews, with people, and I want to showcase their unique individuality to the world, essentially. And then I want it to turn into a, like I said, movement where money can be raised to help people, and it's kind of more of like an interactive, community-driven version of charity work. So you get to see directly who you affect, and they can connect with you, and you can connect with them, because I'll be able to go make videos with those people, and maybe we'll be able to help them financially if people are in need of anything financially, you know what I mean? Some people, they don't, because they have government assistance and stuff like that, but some people, they may need the money, or they may need some help, and that's cool, that's okay, that's good. That's the whole point of it. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want people to be able to send in submissions or requests, right? And then I can go to their house, to meet them, to be their friend, to talk to them, to listen to them, and make a video with them, allowing them to express who and what they are to the world, so we can create more of an inclusive, understanding, aware, accepting, understanding, caring society, whatever. That is how I'm looking to fix this problem. Because yeah, I mean, right now I'm basically just bitching and moaning, right? And complaining. But no, I have a solution to this problem, or at least a way that I think it can be bettered. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Matter of fact, I already have the first video done. It's done on my computer. Whatever. It's done. But I want to get like 5 or 6 filmed before I start the channel. Anyways, though, that's what I'm going to try to do to better this problem. More awareness, more connection. We need more connection. We got to get people connected more so we can understand each other more. That's what we need. Oh, I forgot to mention the community-driven aspect of it. It's an interactive, community-driven version of charity work. Is because the community version, or community-driven version of charity work, is that I want people to be able to submit their own videos to this channel, right? And then those can also be uploaded. You know, videos of somebody filming with a family member, a friend, a community member, or, I mean, just turn a camera on themselves and talk about themselves and try to express that to the world. And that's why it's more of a community-driven version of it, because we're all doing it together. You see what I'm saying? It's not just me making videos. I don't want it to be just me going around making videos. I want anyone and everyone to be able to have that opportunity. And I really believe in it. I believe that this is going to be the future to get ourselves to a better society so we can better this problem, as I talked about. I really do. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it now. I'm thinking about all the good that can be done from it. How much enjoyable, how fun and enjoyable it's going to be for everyone involved. You know what I mean? I mean, imagine how many people can be helped, and families that can be helped, people that can be understood that aren't given the opportunity to be understood. You see what I'm saying? I really am excited for the future because I do think we are getting better as a society, definitely, but we have a lot of work to do. And there are areas that I think are actually pulling us backwards and making things worse, like social media for sure is just awful for the most part. Just breeds like narcissism and kind of just like extracts compassion and empathy out of people, especially in the younger generations. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. When I have people showing me videos, you know, they're trying to show me videos. Where's my phone at? I think it's in the kitchen, whatever. People want to show me videos, you know, of like whatever, TikTok or whatever, and it's, you know, it's like of special needs people. And I'm supposed to think that's funny. I don't understand that. I'm like, what is this, what's the joke, what am I laughing at here? I don't understand it. But I'm supposed to think it's funny. Someone showed me a video once, and he found it to be comical. Keep in mind, he's only about 20, 21, so he's a lot younger. I'm 27, by the way. And it was basically, the video was essentially just, I'm assuming they probably had Down syndrome, or they were kids with special needs playing baseball. And obviously they weren't playing at a very high level, of course not, you know, but they were having fun, it looked like to me. I was like, what is funny about this? I don't understand. I'm watching children with special needs play baseball. Why am I supposed to think that's funny? There's nothing funny here, but it's apparently supposed to be comedic. I don't understand that. That to me is a problem. That to me is a problem right now in our society that's infecting the minds of younger people that are a lot more impressionable. Because you show that to an adult, they're not probably going to think that's funny. Unless they're immature, of course. So, yeah, we got a lot of work to do, but I'm excited to put in the work and to work hard at it. Because that's what I believe in. I believe in basically a 2-step process for success, right? The first part of this process is being able to identify problems, right? A lot of people can do that, and I give them credit for it too. But the second part's a lot harder. You got to get up and make change personally, put in the work and the effort to do it. That's where a lot of people fail. A lot of people can do the first one, and sometimes it's not really identifying problems, it's more just complaining, right? But then you got to do the second one. And I'm going to do the second one. Matter of fact, I already am doing it. Why do you think I have this camera? That's for these videos I'm going to be making. See what I'm saying? I want you to understand that you can do it too. You know, you can follow the 2-step process. Identify the problem or problems, and then 2, better those problems with a plan of attack, obviously. So I guess you could say technically maybe it's a 3-step process. Identify problems, you know, come up with a game plan or a plan of attack, and then execute your plan of attack. But I consider those kind of to be like the same thing. Whatever. The 2 to 3-step process, whatever. But that is what I believe in. That's it. And I know it's going to be able to work out because it practically already exists. All you got to do is look up special books by special kids on YouTube and start watching those videos. That's where I got the inspiration for some of these ideas. Anyways, though, that's pretty much the end of the video. I've just been thinking a lot. I cut that out, obviously. I was just thinking about my friend. It makes me so upset, man, because I just want to be able to be there for people that need it. Because, let me actually say this before the video ends. How I got into contact with this friend of mine who has a disability, and I hate to kind of that's like, I hate to always introduce him by saying like he has a disability. I don't do that all the time, but it's relevant to this video how I was able to meet him actually, because my mom also works as a nurse and cares for him, or whatever, works for providing his like care. And she talked to me about him a lot, and we talk about him a lot because it's her work, it's her job. So sometimes we talk about it. And this was around the time when I was getting this idea to be able to film all these videos and try to start this movement and try to go to people and meet them and learn about them. And I asked her, I just thought, do you think he'd want to be my friend? And she said, I remember the first thing that she said, and she didn't mean this in a bad way, it's just because of how society is. She said, he doesn't have any friends. That's what she said to me. And she didn't mean it in a bad way, she, like towards him. She meant it in a bad way, I guess, just because like a lot of people don't want to be his friend, I guess, or go hang out with him, whatever it may be. And I said in my head, I didn't say this to my mom, but I said this in my head. I said, and excuse my French, I guess, but I said in my head, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I was like, how can this be allowed to happen? How can we live in a world where someone doesn't get to have any friends? I was like, what? All this was in my head, by the way. But then I said to her, "You think I could meet him? You think he'd want to be my friend?" And she said, "Well, I don't know. I can ask him." Then she asked him, and he agreed to it. And then I went over to his house and I met him. And it was a little bit of a different experience because he, lives a little bit differently than, I guess, your traditional, average, normal, in quotes, person. But I walked in there into his room and we started talking a little bit, and I explained to him about that I don't really have many friends, and I'm aware of you because my mom talks about you sometimes because she does your care, or she's the nurse or whatever. And I just asked her if you want to be my friend, and you said yes, and now I'm here, so yeah, you want to be friends? And then he said yeah. That was a very profoundly impactful moment in my life, because, and this is actually on him. He helped me out a lot. You know what I mean? I really love him. He really is one of my favorite people in the world, because he showed me it's possible to do this stuff, to go over to people's houses, to meet them and connect with them. He showed me it's possible. Even though I wasn't there to film a video or none of that, that was when I knew that I can do it. I can do this. It can be done. He showed me that. He showed me and allowed me to, or he allowed me to come over and meet his friend and meet him, but also he gave me that opportunity. He had the bravery to give me that opportunity. And I think that's really special on his part. And obviously, I guess you could say I had the bravery to reach out and see if I could be his friend too, but it's a two-way street. You know what I mean? But here's the thing about it, though. He allowed me to come into his home, into his space. You know what I mean? That is definitely something special. That shows me that that's what the world can be. And that's what it should be. And that's what I'm going to work for, to make it be that. I think that's about it. That's all I really need to showcase and express. So let me know what you think about this stuff. Let me know if you have any ideas as well, because I believe in trying to learn from everyone. We can all come together and try to formulate the best answers, or try to figure out the best solutions to problems together. Because I don't have all the answers, trust me. That's it. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it wasn't too long-winded, and I hope that it meant something. Maybe it opened some people's eyes. You know what I mean? Maybe if you don't know much about people that have disabilities or that are different in any way, you might be able to think twice about it and be like, well, maybe I should say hi, or maybe I shouldn't look at them as different than me. Maybe I shouldn't try to be afraid or avoid someone that's different. Maybe I'll say hi to them, and then they'll say hi back, and there you go. That's it. Thanks for watching it. Let me know what you thought of it. That's it.